What we have to do is to work on this vehicle. The first thing you want to do is get this hood in a service mode, which means you disconnect this from here. Disconnect this from both sides. Once you disconnect this, push the hood all the way in the back, almost 90 degrees, and secure it with this clip right here. Once you put the hood in a service position, make sure it's secured, and then go ahead and disconnect the battery. So to remove the battery, you just it's a 10 millimeter, and then I just move it out of the way so it won't touch this. All right, let's remove some stuff. This is very difficult to remove. This is the initial video to show how everything is routed. Let's try to remove these air boxes and the snorkels. For the first step, we should just try to, before we open anything, blow everything. It's good to do that. Sometimes actually better off pressure washing. There's one right here hiding. Alright. And this one is holding it. Remove this. So you need to remove two screws right here. One right here, one right here. And that's to expose another bolt which is under here. To do that, you want to lift this side first up. Then you can lift the other side, and which will give you ability to swing, and you'll be able to see this one. The two boxes removed on the right and the left side. The engine looks like this. So this vacuum line, this thing is just sitting here for crying out loud. On this side, you have two of these screws. The front ones. Oops, I forgot to push record during the removal of the radiator. So I'm going to give you an overview. The first thing, of course, you want to do is drain the coolant. While the coolant is draining, start removing stuff. To drain the coolant, there is a radiator petcock on the passenger side of the radiator at the bottom. You could remove that and you could drain your coolant. Just removing that will not drain the entire coolant. What you want to do is you want to also remove the reservoir cap so coolant will start draining. You want to remove the viscous fan. Keep in mind this viscous fan is left-hand thread, so it's not lefty-loosey. Keep in mind on that one, once you remove the fan, once you break it loose, what you want to do is also remove the fan shroud. To remove the fan shroud, you have to remove the stuff which is attached to it. There is a transmission cooler which is at the bottom on the driver's side of the radiator. At the bottom there's a transmission cooler. You can see it on the picture. It is secured by 2 tabs and then one T25 Torx screw. You want to remove that and slide it out toward the driver's side. Another screw, the T25 screw, is holding the fan shroud, and you want to remove that. Once you remove that, you could remove the fan shroud and the viscous fan together. The next thing you have to do is remove power steering mounting bracket. A power steering reservoir is mounted on the side of the radiator. Remove those 3 10mm, and then you could swing the power steering out of the way. You're gonna remove the upper and lower radiator hoses and everything attached to it, and remove the thermostat and everything around there, and to give yourself a lot of room. After that, you could be able to slide out the radiator out of the vehicle. I don't know what happened, but I didn't record the removal of the intake. There's not much to it. You just have to remove everything you have to remove around the intake manifold, and go ahead and remove those 10mm from outside in. Make sure you already removed everything, every vacuum line or any hose attached to it, and then you just lift it out. I do not remove the throttle body from the intake. This is for most vehicles. As long as I can remove the intake manifold with throttle body, I do not remove that. I don't have any videos yet for the removal of the belt and drive things, but I do have important things you might benefit from. Let's get to removal of the injectors, which is a bit difficult from other vehicles unless you're familiar with the high pressure fuel system or diesel systems. This is going to be a bit difficult, so we're going to get to removing injectors. Remove high pressure fuel lines. These injectors, high pressure injectors, like diesel, they're hard to come out because they use this Teflon in different temperature fluctuations, make this one almost seize, and some of them will take for a very long time to take out. So the key to this is to actually soak this in some sort of PB blaster or penetrating oil, and be careful not to damage them, especially when you pry out high pressure fuel lines. You could snap this easily. You need to use this tool or another similar tool, especially the fact that this is angled. It helps a lot. To place this, you want to push this one back, and this will open up. I put these flat side has to go in the injector harness connection terminals in an opposite side, so you can slide them in. It doesn't go the other way. Once it gets in, you want to lock it on the middle part of the injector. Then you slide this all the way in, not like this, but even further, like that, like so. And then holding with one hand, pushing this one down from this moving, you slide hammer this, and keep your eyes on this thing. Sometimes you might want to fly out, and then keep your eyes on the injector so it won't damage any of the seals or Teflon rings or anything like that. So just keep hammering, and when you see it moving, slow down and do it slowly so you don't hurt yourself or damage the injector. That's how it's supposed to look. Try to get as close as possible to here, so that way, see, it's just holding it so tight now. I just keep hammering. The other thing it will help you is actually, I'm going to use this as a pointing tool to remove these side firewalls, the plastic ones. It's probably 4 or 5 bolts, but it will save you a lot of hassle. Do the same thing on the other side, and then you will have a lot of room to work. This goes in there, and then 10 here, 10 here, 30 Torx right here, and the plastic ones right here, which there will be right here. Let's try a different one. Okay, this one came out real good. So Easy breezy. So it's time for me to remove this valve covers. I'm gonna blow it with air and then try to get them out. To remove the valve covers, you just go around and remove the 10mm bolts. For some, we need a deep socket because they will have that is sticking out up front. Prior to removing is you need to remove the high pressure fuel lines, which are on top of the valve cover, especially in bank one. There's an 8mm holding the fuel line. You want to remove that and sort of pull it away. That way, when you lift it up, you have enough clearance. So you want to lift it up and pull it forward to the front of the vehicle. So once you did that, we're going to get into removing the heads, and that will be part 3. For now, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I'll try to get them as soon as possible. Sorry I had so much work. I didn't get to post this on time. But part 3 is going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching.